As part of the investigation into the deaths of Stephen and Wendy Reed, did the Concord Police obtain records related to an email address for Stephen Reed?
We did.
What email address was that?
It was iska23x@gmail.com.
And what, generally speaking, what sort of records did you obtain related to that email address?
Location and usage records.
Okay. Detective Shawnee states 208 and 208A. Just take a look at these. Thank you, Detective. 208 is a document. Do you recognize what that document is?
I do. It's a printed version of location data received from Google regarding the email address iska23x@gmail.com.
And 208A is a disk, we'll call it. And what's on this disk?
A disk is on the disk is the digital version of those records from Google.
Thank you. At this time, Your Honor, I move to introduce as 208 and 208A.
Any objection?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, at this time, I'm not going to move to introduce them. I just keep them. I apologize.
You can remain for ID.
And Detective, did the Concord Police also obtain records related to a phone number for Stephen Reed?
Yes, we did.
You remember what that phone number was?
It was 603-470-0899.
And what entity were those records obtained from?
That was from T-Mobile.
And finally, did the Concord Police obtain records for a phone number related to Logan Clegg?
We did.
And what was that phone number?
802-598-8657, and that was a Verizon phone number.
Where were those? Oh, sorry, from Verizon then. I'm handing states 290 and 291. Take a look at those. Detective, there's a disk marked as 290. What's on that disk?
That is the digital data provided by T-Mobile related to Stephen Reed's cell phone.
And 291 is another disk. What is contained on that disk?
That is the digital data from Verizon related to Logan Clegg's phone number.
Thank you. Detective, switching back, did the Concord Police seek to discover how the defendant, posing as Arthur Kelly, left Concord?
We did.
And how did the Concord Police do that?
We served additional subpoenas to various bus company and travel-related companies, asking for any records related to the email addresses rkxkelly@gmail.com, dentkelly0707@gmail.com, and also the names Logan Clegg and Arthur Kelly.
And did you receive any records from a company called Wanderoo
We did?
as a result of those efforts?
Yes.
Detective, I'm showing you states 251. Let's take a look at that. Do you recognize what that is?
I do.
What is it?
That is records provided by a company called Wanderoo, related to a ticket purchase connected to the email address dentkelly0707@gmail.com and the name Denton Kelly.
Your Honor, at this time I move to strike the AD on 251.
Any objection?
No, Your Honor.
251 is a full exhibit.
And, sorry, switching gears, those records that we just talked about, the records from Google for that Stephen Reed Gmail, as well as the Stephen Reed phone number and the phone number associated with Logan Clegg, were those records provided to the FBI?
Yes, they were.
Thank you. So, I'm showing you states 251. Could you please describe what we're looking at?
Sure. This is the information from that company, Wanderoo. It's related to the email address of dentkelly0707@gmail.com, and it basically shows that on April 21st, 2022, at 11:30 a.m. and 38 seconds, a ticket was purchased for a Greyhound bus ticket from Concord, New Hampshire to Portland, Maine, and that had a departure time of April 22nd at 9 a.m., and the passenger name associated with that ticket purchase was Denton Kelly.
Now, Detective, does it say that the time and date that the ticket was purchased, is there a notation for EST?
There is, so that is Eastern Standard Time or local time here in Concord.
Thank you. Detective, did the police obtain any information about records relating to travel by the defendant to Vermont?
Yes, we did?
Does that relate to travel in February of 2022?
Yes.
And where did the police obtain that information from?
I believe that was from Greyhound, a bus company.
Detective, I'm handing you states 250, 250. Can you take a look at those records? Detective, what do you recognize these records to be?
Those are records from Greyhound related to a ticket purchase in February of 2022 involving the name Arthur Kelly.
Your Honor, at this time I move to introduce states 250.
Any objection?
No, Your Honor.
250 is a full exhibit.
Detective, I'm showing you a portion of those records. Could you tell us what we're looking at?
Sure. This is part of the records from Greyhound. It is showing that on February 10th at 11:33 a.m. Central Time, which is 12:33 p.m. Concord Time, a person using the name Arthur Kelly and a billing address of 15 Midway Ave, Barry, Vermont, as well as an email address of rc1266@protonmail.com, purchased a ticket in the amount of $55.98, and it was using a Visa card with the first 6 and the last 4 shown there.
Detective, that email address for protonmail.com, did that appear anywhere else in your investigation?
It did.
Where?
That appeared in Amazon subscriber records for Logan Clegg, as well as in a transaction record involving a company called Brownells for an online purchase.
Thank you. I'm showing you another portion of states 250. Could you tell us what this is?
This is specific ticket information related to that purchase that we just saw, and it's basically showing that the person using the name Arthur Kelly is due to leave and it's leaving Concord, going to Montpelier, Vermont. Can I just?
I can show you the actual record here. That helps.
And it's showing that up here, it says, it's hard to read, at least from my angle, but I believe that says leaving. So Friday, February 11th, 2022, departing time is 2:50, arrival time is 5:20 p.m. I believe that's the relevant information there.
And then similarly, another portion of these records, what is this?
This is ticket information again for Arthur Kelly. This is the return information. So on this one, it will be leaving Montpelier to go to Concord, and it will do that on Saturday, February 12th, departing Montpelier at 12:10 p.m. and arriving back in Concord at 2:45 p.m.
Detective, but how far is Barre, Vermont from Montpelier, Vermont?
It's about 7.5 miles.
Detective Brown, is there bus service from Montpelier, Vermont to Barre, Vermont?
There's a local company, I believe it was called Green Mountain Transit, and they do run a bus that runs between those two cities.
Do you know if that Green Mountain Transit bus has any stops near a store called R&L Archery in Barre, Vermont?
It does. There's a stop. It's about 0.2 miles from that store.
Thank you. Detective, when the defendant's backpack was searched, was there a laptop associated with it?
Yes,
Did you examine the data from that laptop?
I did.
Could you please describe how you examined the data from that laptop?
Myself and a other colleague named Detective Harbitz were both members of the Computer Crimes Unit. We used forensic software and tools to extract or basically copy the data off of that laptop to a file. It's generally called an image. It's basically a one-for-one copy of the data that's on that laptop. We then use different forensic software that scans all of that copied data, and it basically organizes it by type. So all of the pictures now appear in one area, all web browsing traffic, all operating system. It's organized by file type, and we then review that organized data.
And did those tools you use allow you to examine the data from the defendant's laptop without changing or altering it?
That is correct.
Detective, did you find any information on that data from the defendant's computer related to the computer's connections to wireless networks?
Yes, I did.
Detective, I'm showing you states 242. Could you please take a look at this? Detective, what is this?
Those are network profiles, so the names of various networks that Logan Clegg's laptop connected to between a time frame roughly of May 2020 through October 2022.
And is this information based on the data you reviewed from his laptop?
It is. That is from the actual forensic software that organized the data by type.
Your Honor, at this time I'd move to strike the ID on 242.
Any objection?
No, if we can have 1 moment. No objection, Your Honor.
242 is the full exhibit.
Detective, I'm showing you Exhibit 242. Could you tell us what this is?
This is that graphic that I was talking about. It shows profile names, so networks that Logan Clegg's laptop connected to. There is a created date, which is when that network profile first appeared. Then there's a last connection date. So I believe the earliest one shown here is Portland Public Library guest on May 5th, 2022, and its last connection to that network was on May 14th.
Are there any other entries related to a bus?
Yes, on May 15th, 2022, there is this one, Portland Transportation Center. which is known to me as a location in Portland where buses depart from. There's then several profile names that involve either Concord Coach, which is a bus company, or the word bus somewhere within this. And those all occur on May 15th, 2022.
And is there any entry on there related to Burlington, Vermont?
Yes, on May 16th, 2022, at 12:53 a.m., his laptop connected to something called BTV Free Wi-Fi, which is the name of the wireless, the free Wi-Fi network at the Burlington International Airport.
Thank you. Detective, did you locate any information on the data from that laptop indicating when the password on that laptop was most recently changed?
I did.
And could you please explain how you located that information and where it was found?
Again, the forensic software that we use, it organizes data by type. Information such as that, including the operating system type, last login date, that's organized in an area generally called the registry. And what this software does is it takes that data and it puts it in a pretty easy-to-read graphic.
Detective, I'm showing you states 229. Please examine that. Thank you, Detective. What is this?
That is a graphic showing operating system information related to Logan Clegg's laptop. It includes a entry for the last login date as well as an entry for the last password change date.
At this time, Your Honor, I move to strike the idea on states 229.
Any objection?
No, Your Honor.
229 is a full exhibit.
Detective, this is states 229. Could you please describe what we're seeing?
Sure. Again, this is operating system information from Logan Clegg's laptop. So his computer was simply named computer. His last logon date was October 12th, 2022 at 10:03 a.m. And the last password change date time was October 27th, 2021 at 6:50 p.m.
Thank you. And when it says last login date, do you know what that refers to? Login to what?
So when you open the computer and you actually have to type a password to get in, that is the last login date that's recorded there.
Thank you. Detective, were you able to observe any information on that data about what was on the desktop of that computer?
Yes, I was.
And were you also able to obtain any information about the contents of certain folders that were on the computer?
Yes, I did.
I'm handing you states 237, 238. Please examine those. Thank you. So, Detective, states 237, what is that?
That is a photo that I took of Logan Clegg's laptop screen on February 27th, 2022, at which point I was doing a manual examination where I actually open the laptop and look at it as a regular user would.
And states 238, what is shown there?
That is a screenshot that I took of a folder on Logan Clegg's desktop, and I did that using a virtual machine, which basically presents the data on a little window within my computer as though it would appear to the user.
Thank you, Your Honor. At this time, I would move to strike the IDs on 237 and 238.
Any objection?
No, Your Honor.
237 and 238 are both full exhibits.
Detective, this is states 237. Could you please explain what this is?
This is a photo, and you can kind of see the outline of the laptop screen here. So this is actually Logan Clegg's laptop open, and this is occurring on February 27th, 2023 at roughly 2:23 p.m. And it's showing that the web browser, specifically Chrome, is open on his desktop, and it is on Google Maps, specifically of the area of Prague,
Where's Prague?
Czechoslovakia. I had to think of the name for a second.
Is that in Europe?
Yes.
And states 238, Detective, could you please tell us what this is?
This is a screenshot that I took of a folder, and I might have misspoken. I think I said it was on the desktop. It's not. It's on the C drive of Logan Clegg's laptop, and you can see up here where that C colon is. The folder name is language, and what we're looking at is the contents of the language folder. I believe it's roughly 19 folders and PDFs and web pages and one audio file. It's all related to learning the Czech language.
Thank you. Detective, did you find any pictures in the data from that laptop?
Yes, I did.
Can you tell us where in that data you observed those pictures?
Again, using the forensic software to scan the data copy, it organized everything into types. I did notice a particular image, and that was stored in something called the thumbnails database. When you store a picture on a computer and you move it into a folder, you might see that there's a tiny little icon that's created that's basically a smaller version of that photo. That's a thumbnail, and those thumbnails are all stored in one particular database, and that's where I found an image.
And I'm now asking you to look at states 239. Could you tell us what states 239 is?
This is a image of Logan Clegg that I located in the thumbnails database of his laptop.
Thank you. At this time, Your Honor, the state moves to strike the ID on 239.
Any objection?
No, Your Honor.
239 is the full exhibit.
Detective, what is this?
This is that thumbnail. It's an image of a person I recognize to be Logan Clegg.
And this is states 239 for the record. Did you observe that particular picture anywhere else in your investigation?
Yes, I did.
Where?
It was on a Romanian ID card that had the same picture and the name Claude Zemo.
Detective, could you tell us what a Windows Fresh Start procedure is?
Yes, Fresh Start is basically a feature designed by Microsoft, and it allows the user of a computer, desktop or laptop, to basically run a fresh start, and that process removes all third-party applications. So anything that's not Microsoft, it takes those programs off, erases all the data associated with them, and then reinstalls the Windows 10 operating system and updates it, basically giving the computer a fresh start. It does not remove the person's personal files. So if they had a folder with photos or a folder with video, it doesn't get rid of those. It just gets rid of the programs that are non-Microsoft and the program data. So for a web browser, a Chrome browser, it would remove the program and the browsing data associated with the program.
Detective, when a fresh start is performed on a computer, does it leave behind any digital traces or artifacts?
It does.
Could you please describe what those are?
That process of creating of running a fresh start, it results in a couple of files. One of them is called removedapps.xml. It's basically just a list of the programs that the fresh start removed. That is stored in a folder that's created. The folder is called Fresh Start, and that's placed in the user's documents folder. So this is done as part of the process. It's not something that a user does.
Have you performed a fresh start on a Windows computer yourself?
I did. As part of this investigation, I ran a fresh start on a test laptop at Concord PD, and I observed the artifacts or the files that were created in that process.
And could you remind us again, what type of files were those that were created?
The one that I was interested in was something called removedapps.xml, and that is inside a folder called Fresh Start, which is placed in the Documents folder of the user's account.
Detective, I'm showing you states 235 and 288. Please look at these. Thank you, Detective. What is states 235?
There's a screenshot showing a file called removedapps.xml in a folder called Fresh Start in the Documents folder of Logan Clegg's laptop.
And states 288.
Two additional files called removedapps.xml. They're inside an unnamed folder inside the recycle bin.
Your Honor, at this time I move to introduce 235 and 288.
Any objection?
No, Your Honor.
235 and 288 are both full exhibits.
Detective, this is states 235. Could you describe what we're seeing, please?
This is that removed apps.xml file that I was talking about. It is a file that is created by running a Windows Fresh Start on Windows 10, and it is this XML file is inside this folder called Fresh Start, which is inside the Documents folder of the user. And again, the username for this particular laptop was simply computer. And there is a creation date of September 15th, 2022 at 10:32 a.m.
Thank you. And now I'm showing you states 288. What is this?
These are two additional files called removedapps.xml, which again is created during a fresh start procedure run on a Windows 10 laptop. These two are inside an unnamed folder, which is inside the recycle bin. When you move a folder into the recycle bin, it does get renamed, and it starts with a $R, and the rest are just random characters, so it doesn't reflect the original name. This removed apps XML on the bottom was created on April 21st at 11:56 a.m. This second one was created on July 26th at 10:29 a.m.
And again, Detective, these removed apps.xml file, are they the result of a fresh start procedure?
This is digital evidence that a fresh start procedure was done on on two occasions here, and then the third one was September 15th.
Detective Brown, you mentioned the email address dentkelly0707@gmail.com. Did that email address arise at different points in your investigation?
Yes, it did.
And could you tell us where?
It was used in a purchase of a bus ticket out of Concord on so the ticket was purchased on April 21st. That particular bus ticket was for the next day, Friday, April 22nd. dentkelly0707@gmail.com was the email address used in the purchase of that ticket. That same email address, you want to keep going?
Please.
That same email address also appeared on a application for employment that Logan Clegg filed with the Price Choppers supermarket around May of 2022.
Detective, I'm showing you states 245. Tell us what this is. You recognize that?
I do.
What is it?
That is subscriber information. So information about the Google account, dentkelly0707@gmail.com.
Your Honor, at this time I move to strike the ID on 245.
Any objection?
No, Your Honor.
245 is a full exhibit.
Detective, we're looking at states 245. Could you tell us what we see?
Again, this is the Google subscriber information related to dentkelly0707@gmail.com. It's showing us that this was created on April 21st, 2022. 1529 Zulu is UTC or Greenwich Mean Time, and to get Concord local time, it is -4. So the actual time that this was created locally was 11:29 a.m. It is showing us that the person that created it put in the first name of end and the last name of user, and it's showing that the last login occurred on July 21st, 2022.
So Detective, April 21st, 2022, is that the Thursday following April 18th, the date of the homicides?
That is correct.
And we talked about some records from Wanderoo indicating that Denton Kelly had purchased a ticket out of Concord. What time did Denton Kelly purchase that ticket out of Concord? Or what date and time did he purchase that ticket out of Concord?
That was April 21st at 11:30, so less than a minute or about a minute after this Dent Kelly 0707 account was created.
And we talked about those three removed apps.xml files. Was one of those dated April 21st?
It was at 11:56, so roughly 26 minutes after this was created and after that bus ticket was purchased.
Detective Brown, did you find any information on the data from the defendant's computer related to a browser history for Google Chrome?
I did.
I'm showing you State's Exhibit 230. Please take a look at that. Detective, what is State's 230?
That is a graphic from the forensic software that I used on the copy of the data from Logan Clegg's laptop. It is showing Google searches that were conducted on that laptop, specifically on October 12th, 2022.
Is that the same date that the defendant was placed under arrest?
Correct.
Your Honor, at this time, I'd move to strike the ID on State's 230.
Any objection?
No, Your Honor.
230 is the full exhibit.
Detective, what is this?
This is that graphic. It is from the forensic software used to analyze the data of Logan Clegg's laptop. The left column is showing search terms along with the date and time that those searches were run. And on the right, we are getting at least part of the URL or the web address for that search. These are all Google searches that were done between 10:38 a.m. and 1:10 p.m.
Detective, are there any, is there an entry there from 10:48 a.m. on October 12th, 2022?
There is, and the search term was Concord NH News, and again, that was at 10:48 a.m. on the 12th.
Thank you. Could I have 1 moment, please, Your Honor? No more questions at this time, Your Honor.
Thank you. Cross-examination?
Thank you, Your Honor. If I could have just a moment.
Of course.
Actually, should we make it a break?
Yes, can we just take a short recess? So I can set everything up.
Or, to organize exhibits?
Yes.
Okay. So, yes, we'll take about a 5 or 10 minute recess.
5